Did the East Coast just experience a tremor? Yes, it did. A 4.8 magnitude earthquake recently shook the East Coast, impacting areas like New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, and Connecticut. Originating from the Ramapo border fault, over 4 miles deep, it caused no injuries or significant damage. But how common are earthquakes on the East Coast? To answer this question, we have with us today our correspondent, John Sorth. John, what can you tell us about this unexpected event? Well, it's not every day that the East Coast experiences an earthquake. In fact, they're quite rare due to the region not being on a tectonic plate boundary. This earthquake, though, was felt by as many as 45 million people along the Atlantic coast between Boston and Philadelphia. Despite the significant tremors, no casualties or major structural damage were immediately reported. That's quite a relief, John. But what about the possibility of the solar eclipse triggering the quake? Is there any truth to that? Experts have dismissed this theory, citing the small size of the earthquake and minimal correlation with celestial events. This quake did not occur on an active fault, and the likelihood of a significant aftershock is low. Seismic waves do travel longer distances on the East Coast due to differences in the Earth's crust, but the likelihood of major damage or building collapse is still low. Interesting. So should the residents of the East Coast be worried about future earthquakes? Since 1950, about 40 earthquakes of magnitude 3 or larger have occurred within 310 miles of the recent quake. The last similar event was in 2011 in central Virginia, so while they are not unheard of, they are relatively rare. Experts advise against excessive worry about infrastructure damage, as significant damage typically occurs at magnitude 6 or 7. Thank you, John, for shedding light on this event. So folks, while the recent earthquake may have come as a surprise, it seems there's no cause for alarm. Earthquakes on the East Coast do happen, but they are few and far between and generally cause minimal damage. Stay safe and keep an eye on those seismic updates.